the X-Men from the Ashes line of books is not selling well or not doing well at all. The truth is, nobody cares about these characters, these people are trying to do what they've damaged the X-Men so badly. It's not even funny. You have a whole bunch of different teams all over the place that are not actually doing anything to be interesting in any way, shape, or form. It's just dragging on. You have books like Exceptional X-Men and NYX, and just continue to get worse with each new issue. Understand me? Even the X-Men book from Gail Simone that has Rogue and Gambit and thing in it and stuff. You know, certain things in it are pretty okay, but overall it's not very good. It's not interesting. It's not done well at all, and nobody cares. You have books like Storm and Jean, aka Phoenix, that are just dragging along. I don't know if anybody's even reading Phoenix, honestly. I really have no idea. It's not going well at all. So Marvel Comics in their infinite wisdom has decided, you know what would be the best thing to do? Let's do a Hunt for Xavier all over again. But this time we just call it X-Manhunt. Because back, I think it was in like 1998 or something, so they did this Hunt for Xavier, where after Xavier, who had been possessed by Onslaught and all that, I think did all these terrible things, and he was locked up. He ended up escaping and went missing, and you know they were looking for him and all this stuff like that. So it had this whole Hunt for Xavier thing. They did for like, I think, about 6 issues it had with it. And decided, hey, let's do that again. The problem is that the Hunt for Xavier, Xavier wasn't the one who did what he did. He remember his mind was being controlled by Onslaught. I think this whole personality did that. But this time around, when it comes to this, Xavier really did do some terrible things. I mean, yes, the whole thing about how he was trying to save mutant Kyle and the other, okay, but he did blow up a ship full of innocent people, killed like hundreds of them, and all this other stuff he did. So he should be locked up for the rest of his life. And again, Jokers filled entire graveyards and he's still out there, but I'm just saying, I don't know how they're trying to spin this, but that's what they're looking to do. So let's dive into this article here from Screen Rant. Marvel announces new mega crossover that will put the X-Men and the world's most dangerous mutant center stage. Former X-Men leader Charles Xavier experienced a stunning fall from grace as the nation of Krakoa collapsed. As the world's most dangerous mutant, mind controlled thousands of his fellow mutants and seemingly sided with Orchis in an attempt to save his people. Since the X-Men's New From the Ashes era debuted, Xavier has been imprisoned in Greymalkin Prison, the former site of the Xavier Institute, but he will soon escape in an epic new crossover, X-Manhunt, that sees the X-Men contending with Xavier on the run. You see, the whole thing about all this is why the entire Krakoan era needs to be completely erased. They destroyed Charles Xavier completely. The whole thing that happened with it started off, you kind of started to wonder, well, there was going to be something interesting when it came to Krakoa. It just dragged on far too long, became worse. And the whole reason they kind of wanted to do all this was because they wanted to make Magneto the new Professor Xavier. And now you have Xavier out there. But like I said, how do you really play off this? Because Xavier did kill like hundreds of innocent people. This is a pretty screwed up shit. So that's what they're trying to do. And now he's escaped from prison. Well, he's going to escape from prison, and you know, they have to see how that's going to work out. Charles Xavier has allowed himself to be imprisoned at Greymalkin, even though it has been revealed that his Orchis betrayal was actually a ruse so that hate against mutants could be directed towards him. Well, that was pretty stupid. But something has made Xavier feel the need to escape, other than the fact that they need to do this because books that they should probably cancel already, like again, NYX, Exceptional, X-Men, Phoenix, and a bunch of others that they really need to cancel. They just want to put this out there so they could have crossovers into those books and then hopefully have them limp along for a little longer when nobody's reading them. The X-Manhunt event will start in Gail Simone's Uncanny X-Men number 11, spilling over into NYX, yep, Storm, X-Men, X-Factor, X-Force, and Exceptional X-Men, before concluding in the explosive X-Manhunt Omega, with the various X-Men teams forced to choose whether to trust their former Professor Xavier. Charles will seek refuge in mutant hotspots like New York City and the Storm Sanctuary as he makes progress towards his ultimate goal. This is what I'm talking about. These books, this whole thing is being done is to give these books some kind of, you know, thing to make it seem like they actually have some kind of life to them. You have Gail Simone's Uncanny X-Men. Certain parts of it are not bad, but overall the book is not good. NYX, total garbage. Storm, nobody's reading that. X Factor, oh God. X Force, actually X Factor was certain part it wasn't bad, but X Force, oh God. And then Exceptional X-Men. Absolute tata. Every week it gets worse, every month or it gets worse. Before concluding in the explosive X-Manhunt Omega. This whole thing is being done to give these books that nobody's reading some kind of lifeline. So you're gonna say, you know what? Let's do the whole Hunt for Xavier once again, but put it in these books so people actually have to read it to see what's going on. That's it. Yes, I'm gonna check it out because I want to know what's going on. But other than that, nobody really cares about this. Nobody really cares about it because X-Men is not hot right now at all. The saga kicks off when Professor X breaks out of Greymalkin prison, sowing division and discord among the different mutant factions. For his crimes against humanity at the end of the Krakoan Age, Charles Xavier remains a heavily guarded inmate at a mutant detention center built at his former school, a cruel punishment he was willing to accept until now. Driven by mysterious new purpose, Professor X frees himself from captivity to undertake a mission of personal significance. He has no time to lose as a telepathic virus wreaks havoc on his mind and those around him. The hunt for the most dangerous mutant in the world begins, and Professor X desperately calls on his X-Men. Some are ready to forgive, others are not, and while his once loyal followers clash to decide his fate, the X-Men's founder will be forced to reckon with his tarnished legacy once and for all. Again, this is just basically, Hunt for Xavier all over again, but they're trying to do it now because nobody's reading the crap that they've put out. That's it. Uncanny X-Men number 11 from Marvel Comics releases on March 5th, 2025. So it's starting in March with this whole thing. I do not see this being anything to draw fans in. You have, like I said, as I said before, so I will say again, the only way to fix this is to completely get rid of the Krakoan era and then fix what was broken with the X-Men and bring them back to being the X-Men. That is it. This is nothing more than an attempt to try and reignite some interest in Uncanny X-Men, NYX, Storm, X-Men, X-Factor, X-Force, and Exceptional X-Men. You don't need all these books. You don't need them. That's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. You do not need all these books. Nobody's reading these things. Nobody. You want to do something really big and important and amazing, get rid of the Krakoan era, literally start a storyline that gets rid of the Krakoan era, then you could do something that people would actually be interested in and bring back the X-Men. Other than that, I don't see this book going very far, being very interesting, doing anything that would actually make people want to care about any of this. No, I don't see that. You're just basically throwing these into different books, hoping that it could actually have some kind of impact on something when it really won't. it really and truly will not be doing anything that will actually bring any kind of interest in these books whatsoever. But like I said, I will check it out. I will give it a look and see what it's going to be about, what it's going to shape up to be, how it's going to turn out. Give it a look and see if it turns out to be a whole lot of crap. Yeah, I'm going to drop that very hard, very fast. Honestly. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. I have a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like it, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.